What is up, everybody? I hope that your notifications are working this week. What's up? It is finally freaking Wednesday. I don't know about you guys, but Labor Day did not make this week feel faster for me. Girl, it's Wednesday. What is up, you guys? Here, I'm going to put the chat on the screen. What's good? I'm glad everybody's notifications are working. If you guys have never seen me before, hi, my name is Nadja, aka the VoodooChild. And this is a Tribe Tea segment. It's basically where me and the rest of the Voodoo Tribe give anybody any type of advice they may need, whether it comes to relationships, business, friendships, all that jazz. And this is a live segment again. So there are tons of people here. What is up? What's up? Yes, I'm glad that YouTube notified you guys because last week it was a mess, okay? Shout out to Bumba Clot. You gonna give me... I wonder if YouTube's gonna get me in trouble for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. Y'all don't have to donate, but I definitely appreciate it so much. Shout out to all the mods that are in here. Shout out to Callie. Finally got your ass. I finally got you. Shout out to Callie. Shout out to Nyala. Shout out to the mods from last weekend. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Action. OOTW. I know you're probably gonna come in here. Shout out to Ty. Just shout out to all of my mods. I'm about to take my little nose ring off because I actually have to take some pictures for ID later. So I was like, I'm going to keep that on. But this thing always flings off when I'm doing live streams. So I'm just going to take it off. Shout out to Michaela also for the donation in the chat. Thank you so much. She put the work emoji. I know that's right. Shout out to all of my people that are watching this at work, or you're working out, or you're on the way to work. What is up, guys? So today we are going to only have 4 stories, but they are very long. So keep that in mind. One story I'm not going to read, but I am going to give advice for, only because it is a little graphic and I don't want to trigger anybody. But this first story we're about to get into is long and it does have screenshots and everything. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to enjoy today's live stream. Thank you, Katria. Please, if you do not mind, pressing that thumbs up button. It helps me out a lot. It helps other people get notified that may not have been notified, and it helps other people in this crazy behind world of YouTube find our segment, okay? Shout out to Yessie. Thank you so much, Yessie, for the donation. They said, it's not much, but this just made my morning. It's fine. I appreciate everything y'all give me, to the T. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could make your morning. I'm glad you guys are all with me. I'm just glad that y'all all got notified. Nothing had any hiccups because last week was a mess. But I told myself, even if you guys didn't get notified today, I wasn't going to make multiple streams. I was just going to keep going. So whenever YouTube does decide to notify, that y'all would be, the first to know. So today's Tribe Tea does have a theme. Every once in a while, I'll be doing themes. Today's theme is going to be living on your own, basically just not living with your parents, whether you live with a roommate, significant other, or you're trying to move. So this whole Tribe Tea is basically going to be about living alone, living with people, or moving out of your parents' home, okay? So that's today's theme. Full disclosure, I would really like to do more Halloween spooky related stuff next month. So from right now to October the 1st, 2021, okay? So if you're watching this in future tense, please pay attention to these dates. Here, I'm gonna turn the music on. I don't even think I put the music on. No, I didn't even put the music on yet. Okay, bet. If you guys have any spooky Tribe Teas you would like to send, make sure you send it into tribetea@shopvoodoochild.com, okay? I think I still have this little ticker. Do I? Or is this my... Yes. tribetea@shopvoodoochild.com. If you have any spooky stories that you would want to send in from now to October 1st, 2021, I will be skipping ahead to those spooky stories specifically for the month of October. I'm also going to be launching a Halloween line and everything. So I'm trying to keep it all, coordinated. So if you guys have any spooky stories, whether it's just something scary that happened to you, or maybe you saw something paranormal, or maybe anything psychic, anything like that, or just anything Halloween related. Maybe you went to a Halloween party, anything spooky related, please go ahead and send it into the email address that's scrolling down here. And I will be skipping to those stories and giving the rest of these stories a break for the month of October. Please keep in mind that we do like details, but try not to send in a novel. It's period and time specific. So if y'all got any scary stories, please feel free to email it in here only up until October the 1st, 2021. So if you are watching this in future tense and you're just binging me because you mess with the kid, thank you so much. But this is a time sensitive thing, so please do not try to send in anything. You get what I'm saying? Oh, and thank you, Jaleesa, for reminding me. If you already have sent me in a spooky story, feel free to resend it. Resend it so it could be at the top of the list. If you need to change the subject line, do that so I know, like, okay, this is a spooky story. Feel free. Even if you sent it to the old email, please, regardless. If you send anything to that old email, please send it to this new email so we can get your story right, okay? But yes, today we're doing living alone roommate stuff, and I would like to get you guys prepped to do spooky stories next month. So if you guys have a spooky story, please send it in because we need them, okay? We need them. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm kind of like excited to just hop on into it. If any of my future tense people want to put a time stamp for the ones that just want to get right into the story, this would be about that time. Our first story is called Crazy Roommates, The Obsessed. Okay? The Obsessed. So this person says, "Hey Nadja, it is Erin again. I am 21 now and a senior in college where this coming spring semester is my last semester." Well, congrats. Shout out to any of my students out there. They said they're getting a degree in psychology. Distinguished. I am the one who sent in a story in the past about a roommate with the messy room and the rotisserie chicken that almost killed me. I think, are you the person that sent me like that story back in like 2018, back when I was doing the tribe teas like on the couch and stuff, and the pictures where it was like nasty? Let me know if that was you. Do y'all remember that one where the person like took pictures of their roommate having like nasty ramen bowls and just... Yeah. Let me know if y'all remember that one, because I do. It's kind of hard to forget. It's kind of burned in my brain. But anyway, so here's another roommate situation where the one that thought was the best turned out to be almost just as crazy. So basically, they thought it was their best roommate situation, and it ended up just being another crazy person. You said this all happened my sophomore year of college to the last spring, so early 2020. So let's just get right into it. So this girl was my third roommate. We will call her Minnie because she is very short. Minnie was my third roommate after the rotisserie chicken girl and the other roommate. So you've been through a few. I don't know about y'all, but I've had about, I would say I had about like 3 roommates as well. I think. Yeah. Oh, and y'all remember that other one? Okay, bet. Yeah, no, for real, Cage. That is an iconic tribe tea. Like that one with the ramen noodle bowl, that is an iconic tribe tea. So yes, you definitely, if that is you, you are like an OG. So we're on roommate number 3, Miss Minnie. Every time I hear Miss Minnie, I think about old girl from The Help putting doo-doo in the pie. Anyway. So for my sophomore year, I decided to live with someone that I was friends with, but not too close to, because living with friends does not work out sometimes. I met Minnie through my ex-friend who was, hold on. I met Minnie through my ex-friend who was a racist, and they would call us slurs. So Minnie and I bonded over the fact that we were the minority getting verbally abused. She said, "Does that count as trauma bonding?" Girl. Look, I'm glad that y'all aren't friends with her no more. Tell me, would that be trauma bonding? Girl, I guess. That's called a mess. But I'm glad y'all don't talk to her. She said, anyway, when my original plans flopped, the only person who I could think of that I knew but was not too close to was Minnie. She was also desperately looking for a roommate, so we signed the contract together, and that was that. Once again, the first month or two was okay, but I started noticing that she would do some strange things. Okay. I see some of y'all putting some red flags in the chat. I will definitely say the only thing y'all got in common is that you're a minority, living in oh my God, please do not get my stream shut down. Living in a YT supremacist nation. The friendship can only go so far. Like, if that's all y'all got, it can only go so far. It can only go so far. So, old girl starts cutting up. The first instance that she would pause. Okay. She said the first thing she would do is she would sleep naked. My thing is, she said, now, I don't mind when people sleep naked around me, and I told her that, but my one rule was to keep some clothes on when my boyfriends or friends will come visit. So my question is, do y'all sleep in, like, do y'all have an apartment, or are you in, like, dorming situation where the room is open? Because you said you signed a contract, not a lease. So I'm starting to think that you live on campus. Because if you live in an apartment and she paying half of the rent and she has her own enclosed space, you could sleep naked. Like, that's your room. Your man should not be in my room. Like, you get what I'm saying? But if you guys have a common space and it's literally just a bedroom with 2 beds and this girl sleeping naked, ma'am, that's lewd. That's lewd. That is lewd. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And I'm not even trying to hate on Minnie, because I be sleeping naked too. But I would not sleep naked in a common space. Like, I've had to share, bruh, I had a roommate, me and her had to share a bed before. I would never do nothing like that. Like, that don't make no damn sense. Why you would just act like you're living by yourself. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I would message her hours before saying, hey, I'm bringing friends over to hang out. And on multiple occasions, I would remind her that I had friends coming. And on a couple, she would just be butterball behind naked in the middle of getting butt behind naked as my friends are walking into the room. It was always so uncomfortable. And 2 out of the 3 times my boyfriend stayed over in the span of the entire school year, she would put clothes on when she went to bed, but then would take them off in the middle of the night. Is she, like, hot or something? Does she have, like, temperature problems? Like, maybe she needs her own room. If you just can't sleep any other way, you might need your own room. Like me personally, I need that ceiling fan on level 100,000. And if you don't like sleeping like that, then we need our own rooms. Like, look. No. The first time my boyfriend woke up in the middle of the night and saw her laying on top of the covers, biscuit out. Oh my Lord. Y'all. Just airing it out. Just airing that thing out. Oh my Lord, that's nasty. What are you doing? What are you doing? I would have went up to my RA or something like, yo, this is making me so uncomfortable. This girl is just airing her biscuit out on a hot summer's eve. No pun intended. Oh, no, ma'am. Boyfriend or not, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. The second time, thankfully, I woke up and noticed it before he did, and I just threw a blanket over her. I always ask her why the hell she has to sleep naked, especially with my man in the room, and her response is that she just be getting too hot, but our dorm room has a thermostat. That's why I'm like, why don't y'all just get it together? Like, the room was constantly at 65. And if she wanted it colder, she could have done so. She made my BF so uncomfortable that he just stopped visiting me altogether. Damn. I feel bad for him too, because it's like, bro, nobody ain't want to see all that. And then it's like, if that really is the case, why don't you just sleep in a bathing suit? Like, if you genuinely have, like, temperature issues, like, in America and in society, for whatever reason, like, we don't equivocate a two-piece bathing suit to a bra and panty set, why don't you just wear a bathing suit? Like, I don't understand why your whole biscuit got to be spread out like a summer flower, whether there's a man in the room or not. Like, child, she the only 20-year-old with hot flashes, I guess. I don't know. So the boyfriend just stopped coming altogether, and I had to either hang out with him publicly or trudge my ass across campus at night to his dorm to spend the night. Damn. Another thing that always happened was that there was a friend of hers who would always throw microaggressions at me. See, that's why I said if the only thing that you have in common is just being a POC in a YT supremacist nation, like, it ain't gonna go too far, because unfortunately, like we all know, there are levels to this. There is colorism, texturism, featureism. There's all them isms that come with being us, you know, and like, look, I saw this coming from a mile away. That's all I'm trying to say. So she has a friends that be throwing microaggressions. One time, look, see, now this is when people get fought. This is when people get fought. And it makes me sad because, like, I know you guys have probably seen the pattern with these tribe teas of when we have our young little POC tribe members going to these PWIs, predominantly white institutions, colleges or whatever, universities, with these stories. And they always have to settle with that white friend being racist to them. Because she said that this friend called her, basically was making negative connotations about her skin, calling her dark and like all this stuff. And would always ask her to cornrow her hair. And ask her to teach her how to twerk. And it's like, you never want to blame the person for sticking around. But I can't help but want to just shake some of y'all and be like, this is not your friend. Like, you do not have to deal with this. This is not friend university. This is get your grades and go. Like, because you don't get paid for this. You don't get anything for it. Like, this is not worth anything. Like, you are so much better than these people. Like, and the only reason why I say it's so sad is because even at the beginning of this story, you said that you and this person had a racist friend in common. So both of y'all obviously tend to double down and be a little bit more tolerant to certain behaviors to fit in. And I get it, you're in college, like you're in school, like that's how it is, you want to fit in. But I just want anybody that's watching this to know, like, you don't have to settle for that behavior. Even though you're not in an HBCU, like, you don't have to settle for that. There are going to be so many other people that'll treat you with respect. Like, this is such a lame ass gimmick. The whole teach me how to twerk, fry me some chicken. Like, can you come with something new? Come with something fresh. Like, it's dead. It's tired. It's old. It's not cute. It's not funny. Like, but yeah, that was like, we don't got to do, we don't get paid for that. We can't. And y'all in the chat talking about you agree, talking about y'all got to get out. Exactly. Some of y'all said y'all had a friend like that. Look, and I'm just letting you know, you don't got to settle for people like that. You really don't. That's one thing I've learned coming of age, is that you don't have to settle for people just because you want figures around you. Like, I don't know. I just don't like that. If they ain't bringing nothing positive to the table, what are we doing? Like, nah. She said this girl also would talk to her about police brutality and crime rates and how black people are being incarcerated. I do enjoy those topics since African American studies is my minor, but that's literally all she would talk to me about. Like, if Minnie and I were in the room alone with her, she would talk to Minnie about whatever, but would only talk to me to change the subject about race. She would even say things like, I have many black friends. I cannot be racist. Again, y'all, like, oh my God, it's just come to the point where it's just like, I just want to jump through these stories and like snap on these people. Like, I have many black friends. I can't be racist. Sis, you're being racist right now. Like, I would just love to be the fly on the wall to see when somebody actually pops that girl's bubble. Because it's so performative. It's so freaking performative. Right. And exhausting. Exactly, Alyssa. So exhausting. And then she talking about, she says she only wants to mess with black dudes, but she's only interested in relationships with white or light-skinned dudes. Ew, like, I would not even want to hang out with you. I was still very much a people pleaser, girl. We know, girl. It's okay. You young, you're in school, like, it happens, but I really hope that you do not get your cap and gown and walk that stage with these fake-ass bitches next to you. Like, I really hope, like, because... Child. So I finally stood up for myself. I was like, oh, that's not funny, or let's not talk about that. My other issue with this is that Minnie would always tell me when we're alone together that she'd help me stand up for myself when people pulled stuff like this. But whenever her friend came around, she wouldn't do nothing and would just sit there and giggle with her. And once her friend left, she'd be like, damn, that's messed up. Girl, Minnie ain't shit. And honestly, call me petty, but I would have, like, the beauty of living on campus is you have to abide by the university's rules. I would have, look, and maybe this is just my Gemini coming out, I would have sabotaged the fuck out of this bitch. I would have recorded her saying all this shit, reported it to my RA. This girl is no longer allowed in our dorm. Like, bruh, I'm telling you, if anybody watching this, you live on some college shit, you not only go by the law of the state you are in, but by the university's code of conduct, anti-bullying, all of that. Look into your rights. You do have rights as a student. You don't have to just tolerate stuff. Like, you could get her cased up. You can't just come every time you come into my space of living, making me feel unsafe. No. That's not what we about to do. Because at least when you have an apartment, you can't go to the liaison office and be like, hey, I don't want so-and-so coming to my house. But you can go to your people and show them proof, like, no, start snitching. I don't care. Like, snitch all day, because this is what we not about to do. Because if it was the other way around and old girl felt threatened by you, oh, baby, you would be the biggest Disney villain. Like, so F it. Be a Karen back. Be a Karen back. That's how I would have dealt with that. Anybody else out there? That's how I would move. Thank y'all so much in the chat for promoting, liking the stream. Please like this stream if you guys are watching, if you agree. This is crazy. That is so crazy that she would even allow that to go on in your space. Like, and then the fact that y'all bonded over dumping somebody just like that. Like, I really want y'all to peep these woke performative allies. And I'm not talking about just with race. I'm talking with sexuality, disability. Like, watch out for these privileged allies, bro, because they love to talk about, it's almost like they be getting off by talking about, like, minority hardships, bro. I really hope I don't get this stream taken down. But just be wary. They always want to talk about black death, brown death. They always want to talk about, like, it's like, bro, like, you do realize that's traumatizing. Like, we don't want to just sit here. Like, 2020 was traumatizing for a lot of people. Like, we don't want to just sit here and they exposed. Like, what? You hear her? She's like, no, ma'am. Like, stop. So another thing that I peeped is that she would always talk about us running away together. Minnie would constantly talk about how she wanted to move to Cali with me or to run away together. I always told her no, or I'd think about it. I always wanted to move to Cali, but my parents are kind of old. My dad is 69 and my mom is 58. So I just want to make sure they're okay and set before I make any big moves like that. And also presuming my boyfriend and I would still be together. We've been together for 4 years now. How old are you? 21. True. No judgments yet. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay? Keep reading. I would have to take his wants and needs into consideration as well. We'd always joke around sexually. Are you talking about you and Minnie? But we never did anything. Like saying, let's make out right now. You look so hot, when she got a new outfit and stuff like that. I always do that with my friends. But sometimes her jokes would seem a little bit more serious. I'm a pansexual woman who was with my boyfriend, and she told me she was trying to experiment. I say this all the time. I know you're not straight, but if you're straight, do not play like this, because you will fuck around and get fucked. Do not play like this. Oh my God, I might kiss you. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You will fuck around and get fucked. I'm not saying you're going to get the R word or taken advantage of. Like, you will, it'll be consensual, sis. Don't do it. Stop playing with these people. Stop playing with these people. It's 2020. They can't get out of the house. They trying to hunch on something. Don't do that. Now, as a pansexual person, you are part of the lettuce, bacon, tomato community. Why would you play like that? Like, because I'm bi, I would not play with nobody like that. Like, the fact that I am literally attracted to, and I'm not invalidating your sexuality whatsoever. I do believe that, you can identify as pan, but I am similar to you where I am attracted to, I'm not trying to, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. And I would never joke around with no woman like that. And I would never joke around with no man like that, because I don't know. I just don't. I've just noticed in my youth, I used to, I guess, apparently give mixed signals, because I used to find myself in a lot of situations where people thought, like, so I just don't play like that. I'm just letting anybody out there know, like, you don't play like that. You don't play like that. Let me see what y'all said. Monty says, I promise you gonna get folded, sis. Don't play with us. Oh my gosh. Nyala says, I'm a panty and I don't play these games because why I gotta be the experiment. That's the main thing. It's mainly to protect you, because you will end up, you might get your little rocks off for 2 seconds, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna be anything more than that. You're gonna be somebody's experiment. You're gonna be somebody's little secret, somebody's little shame story. Like, who wants that? Like, F that. So I'm just saying, anybody out there, don't even play with your kids. I mean, not your kids. Oh my God, please don't play with your kids like that. Don't play with your friends like that. The only reason why I said kids is because I was just thinking of a stream where somebody was calling out another YouTuber for doing that gay play BS. And I've called him out before, but he's really popping. So if I call him out, like, people are just gonna think I'm a hater. But I've been saying this, and like, I give it like 2 more years before people like find out his shtick. But he is a straight man, and he likes doing gay play, and he has a big kid, like a large child following. And another big YouTuber called him out, and this is the first big YouTuber I've ever seen call this person out. And they were basically like, bro, kids watch you, and by you doing that whole little, oh my gosh, poke me in my booty, like, it's, you got little kids repeating that, and they don't even know if they like boys or girls. They don't even know. They haven't had no type of experience. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I said kid, because it's the same thing where it's like, bro, you don't want to be putting out certain shit, right? But yeah, girl, I'm not gonna talk too much about that, because every time I do bring him up, I'm just a hater. But it's like, bro, we've seen these patterns. Like, it's giving David Dobrik. But anyway, back to this story. We're still on the first story, by the way. So after this or whatever, she told her she was trying to experiment. So fast forward, the school year ends, and she got an apartment, and I stayed in the dorm. Thank God. Thank God. So the topic of us moving out together kept coming up, and she kept talking about it constantly. I always told her no, and this is where the fuckery truly started. After her asking for the last time and me saying no, she got drunk and blew up my phone and my Snapchat. But she didn't come for just me. She came for my boyfriend. So I got these text messages of this girl snapping on her and her boyfriend. And I'm gonna show y'all right now. Yeah, I see y'all in the chat saying y'all don't like when straight people do gay play. I don't like it and I mainly don't like it because the same thing that people try to pin on bi people and pan people and queer people, like we're straight passing and all this BS, that's how I feel towards actual straight people that like do that gay play stuff. And then this specific person, and why I said I don't talk about it because it literally irritates my soul, likes to say that by them being a straight white man cosplaying as whatever the fuck he thinks he is right now, looking like Dan the Man with the plan, pretending to over-sexualize other men, touch on men, and like, you know, do all the stereotypes of what these gay predators in their mind do, you know, like, and try to justify it as, oh, I'm bringing equality and awareness, and I'm smashing homophobia, like F homophobia, like that's how we're showing people that we're progressive. Doing gay play is progressive. It's showing that us straight guys, you know, we're secure in our sexuality. And it's like, damn, I wish I had the close-up cam right now. Damn, I wish I had the close-up cam. But it's like, you're still straight. You don't go through, like, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how is you? And then it's like, bro, can like all the jock white dudes like get a new gimmick? Like, why is it always the gay play with the bros? And I don't know. But anyway, let's get into these screenshots, because these screenshots are a whole freaking mess. Sorry, I went on a little tangent because that should just really be irritating my soul. Like, I'm sorry. But this is the text messages between Minnie and old girl. So here she is talking about Cali. So if I want to move to Cali after we graduate, would you come with me? For starters, it's like, sis, you're not even like you're not even a good roommate here. You let people in our house that don't make me feel safe, and you want me to move to a completely different state with you? No, ma'am. I don't even feel safe. Like, why? Like, And old girl was like, to live? Girl, because Cali is expensive. I would have just told her straight up no. Like, girl, not with you. Not with you, girl. Shout out to Inside Beauty for being here for the first time. Shout out to anybody if this is your first time in the live stream. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I would have been like, maybe to go out there and chill, but not to live with you, sis. Then she talking about, I found an apartment for $1,200. Girl, where? In Compton? Where you found? I'm not saying it's not possible, even in New York. Like, I always tell people, if you want to get a spot in a high area like New York or Cali, go local. Like, go there physically and look around for postings around, because you can get little prices like this. It's possible, but not for somebody that lives states away. Like, you need to be there to get these type of benefits. I would have dead giveaway. Girl. She found a shed from the Home Depot and put it somewhere out there because I don't know, right? A closet, just a toilet, like in a sink, $1,200. I don't know. Or how about Arizona? Girl, how about you go and do that yourself? Because it sounds like you already have like an idea of what you want to do. Just go ahead and do that yourself. She talking about, well, I mean, all of this is something I'd have to consider with Pablo in mind, with the hopes that we don't break up. Now, remember, she has a boyfriend she's been with for 4 years. She is 21 years old. Okay? So she's been with this dude since high school. All right? Now, y'all know me. I always say high school relationships rarely last, But if you are truly, honestly, truly planning to spend the rest of your life with somebody and you know it's real and you just feel it in your gut, they're not making you crush your dreams. You're not making them crush their dreams. Like, being together is not a setback. It is like, I don't know. I can't explain it. But y'all know in the past I've always said, if you have a boyfriend in high school, girl, just dip. Like, fuck it, dip. But the fact that you guys have survived the whole college experience together, you know, I don't know about y'all relationship. Has he cheated or you been faithful or whatever? But it's just like, I don't know. Out of everybody to move with, it wouldn't be you, Minnie. Like, out of everybody to make this huge decision off of, it's not you, Minnie. So I get why you're like, look, I'd at least want to consider, you know, the life I've been planning since high school. Like, I get it. She's talking about, right, yeah, that's true. I get that. Girl, why didn't you even think of that? Like, I don't know. And I agree with Tiara. Like, has Minnie and the boyfriend had a bad interaction or something? Because, like, and how did she treat your boyfriend when he was there in the house? Like, oh, well, we already know. She used to just sleep naked. I forgot. Duh. She used to just sleep naked and be disrespectful and make him feel uncomfortable. Weird. Shout out to Casey for the donation. Thank you so much, sis. They said that girl either want to be her or want to be with her or kill her boyfriend. Right, sis? No, because now I'm looking back. I'm like, okay, you're Pan. I'm pretty sure the girl knows that. And I don't know about y'all, but some straight girls be acting a little weird when they find out that you're, you know, a little fruity or whatever. And they, like, do weird shit thinking that you're attracted to every pair of boobies and every biscuit. Like, you get what I'm saying? And they'll do weird stuff like that. So I do agree, Casey. I feel like it might be something weird going on. Definitely giving experimentation vibes. And this is definitely giving undercover, I've always loved you tease. Like, run away with me. Let's go to California, Arizona, where we have no family. Fuck your boyfriend of 4 years. Let's just run away together. Okay, girl. He's talking about, it's not that I don't want to. Girl, you don't want to. It's just a big move. And I have a lot of shit in Chicago, including my fam. And I'd like to save up money before I make a huge move like that. Exactly. And it's scary moving to a whole new state by yourself. No help, no family, like nothing. Like, that's crazy. But I know you're still young, girl. I used to be the same way when I was 21 with that, it's not that I don't want to. Girl, you should tell us straight up, I do not want to live with you, ma'am. No, like, trust me. You already said you're an admitted people pleaser. It is. I was too. I'm still working on it, but I feel like once I hit 25, it kind of just, like, went, like, bitch, no. Like, this is what we're not about to do. This is what Nadja is not about to do. Like, just get in the habit of not using fluff words. Don't say things like just or it's not that. Say shit just straight up, just flat. Like, especially when it's serious like this. Like, she's talking about a whole lifestyle change. Very lightly, may I add. You got to just hit her with that blunt, this is what we're not about to do. I have family here. I've been building here. I've been planning. I've just done 4 years in freaking college planning my future. And you think I'm just about to go run off with you? Who doesn't even have my best interests? Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And she said, yeah, that's true. I'm not just going to move there till I also have money. Girl, you don't even have any freaking money. You don't even have any money. This isn't even real life. You playing games. I would be like, ma'am, get off my phone. You are playing games. Talking about, I'm not going to move straight there till I also have money to live comfortably out there, you know? And you were just like, yeah, I feel that. Like, dead that shit, right? Like, girl, there ain't nothing else to talk about. So this was back when she was saying, like, oh, girl, first hit her up. And now here are the texts where out of nowhere, her and maybe a few other people, you know, tried to freaking hit her up about this situation. I don't know. We're just going to get into it. Let's read this. So here goes Minnie. Honestly, I wish that you could base your life off of your decisions. Base your life and your decisions off of facts. Okay, like the fact that, hold on, cut the music. Like the fact that you have $0 and 0 motherfucking cents to go to California or Arizona. That is the fact that I am basing my life decision off of. The fact that I am not in a relationship with you. The fact that you have not been a decent friend, let alone roommate, having people perform borderline freaking microaggressive hate crimes in my house. Those are the facts. Like, I would have had to eat her up. I would have had to send her that little voice memo real quick. She said, F Pablo and everyone else. I'm sorry, but he is just comfortable to you right now. Dude, F him. Then she said again, he ain't shit. Pablo will never what? Don't water down your expectations for some small peen, smelly wee Pablo who don't clean himself. Girl, you deserve better. F these people now, know your worth. Oh, wow. Know your worth. She drunk, y'all. F him. Oh, F and dump him. I'm guessing she meant to say. I know you felt the need to stand up for your man. But at that moment, sis, I would have just blocked her. I would have ghosted the heck out of her. Like, nobody's business. I don't even care if she would have came up on some like, oh my God, I was drunk. Ha ha. You get drunk and you say other stuff. You don't say stuff like this. You've been feeling this for a minute. And then, sis, your old spreading cheeks, feeling the breeze behind, just be looking at my man like that. Like, girl, ew. Like, what is up with you? Girl, I would have blocked the hell out of her. So she was like, what brought this on? Is everything okay? Girl, what is your zodiac sign? What are you? What is your zodiac sign, girl? Because at first I thought you was a gem because of how the people pleasing thing. But no, man, because a Gemini would have blew up on this. What is your sign, girl? Because this is too much. She just blessed yo man out. Like, do you ever say? No, she never says what she is because I'm like, girl. Jesus, okay. She said, what brought this on? Is everything okay? And I'm sorry, but there is no F Pablo and even everyone else. That everyone else is my family, right? My loved ones. And I would like to make sure that they are okay before I move away. Like, who do you think is paying for this school? Like, who do you think has been supporting me throughout this whole educational journey? Like, the roommates after roommates. Like, people really, like, don't get family. And bruh, I'm really not trying to sound like a broken record, but I'm not even gonna say it. But there are some people out there who have been dealt a bad hand, so they just don't have any concept of like hierarchy of loyalty, I guess you could say. So she was like, and I don't know what would make Pablo an ain't-ish ass dude. He cares for me. He supports me in everything I want to do. He never beats me or puts his hands on me. He doesn't cheat. And he doesn't do anything that would make him seem like a horrible person. All of this sounds more like anger towards Pablo and my relationship, ding, 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 than anger due to the fact that I won't move across the motherfucking country. What is all of this like? What is all this really about? Good. Thank you. I'm glad that you finally just said like straight up, okay, look, this is getting too much. Like, you didn't bless her out. commend you for not blessing her out. My ass would have blessed her out. I'm glad you didn't bless her out, though, and you came back with some, like, look, you're coming at me a little sideways. Like, what is this really about? So you said also, I could tell you were drunk, so I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And here goes the fake BS. And why I said whenever somebody drunk dials you or drunk texts you on this type of stuff, block them and keep it moving. Block them and either block it and keep it moving or accept it and don't ever talk about it again. But that accept it and don't ever talk about it again usually happens with like less serious, you know, like I know I've had an interaction with somebody where they called me, they were in Vegas and long story short, they was messed up and they definitely said something really random and it wasn't anything personal, but it was on some like basically just gloating that they were in Vegas type thing. And I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, I can't explain it, but like, I was like, I'm not going to just judge them for the rest of the, you know, like, you just charge it and let it go. But then when it's something serious with a buildup like this, like, it'd be different if that person that caught me in Vegas had, like, a pattern of doing, like, weird competitive shit or nothing. Like, no, they were just fucked up off that good and was saying shit. But this is, like, if you were really that drunk, you wouldn't even need to apologize. Like, when I tell you that interaction that I'm talking about, the person never brought it up again because they genuinely don't freaking remember. Like, there's levels to this. There is levels to this, okay? So, Minnie talking about, I'm sorry, girl. I really am. It's easy for me to only think about myself in the time being. Okay, you can't do, right. Okay, you can't do that though. Especially after I told you I want to take care of my parents since they're kind of old and I want them to be okay and secure. And the things you said about Pablo were really out of pocket, right? And I hope you know that. If you really wanted me to go with you, you'd have to consider what I've got going on, no matter how strongly you feel about it in the moment. No, seriously. Because that's some weird stuff, bruh. Because that just lets me know that my man is not safe around you. I was drinking, okay? And I know that's not an excuse. My mom has an autoimmune disease. Girl, bye. And I always think about bringing her with me wherever I go. And I'm sorry for what I said about Pablo. I know you love him, but I just don't see you guys together forever kind of thing. Who are you? Who are you? Like, it would make more sense if Pablo had a history of cheating. Pablo ain't nothing. Pablo done did all this stuff to you. Like, Pablo was just existing. You just don't like Pablo just because he is the high school boyfriend and you don't think it's gonna last. I always say beware of girls like this. Even in my mid-20s, I do come in contact with girls like this who feel... Because my thing is this. If I have to be a single person to be your friend, what do you want me to do for you? Like, what role am I really playing? Like, why do you need me to be sexually available in order to be your friend? Like, really think about it. I always tell people, bro, watch out for that. Watch out for girls or guys, whoever, that constantly down relationships, even though you're in one. It's not a coincidence. It's they're projecting onto you. Watch out for people where you have to be single and available every freaking weekend, every hour of the freaking day to go do thoughtivities with them. Watch out for that. These people will get you set up. These people will get you R-worded. Like, beware. There are people out there in relationships, in healthy relationships, that can maintain friendships without making it about double dating and all that stuff. Like, it's possible. But what is weird is when y'all try to break up people's relationships to make yourself feel better or say, oh, I can't mess with you because you in something. And she's giving me that type of vibe where it's like, oh, well, this is just the dude that you messed with in high school. So therefore, whatever, it ain't real. Shout out to D. Thank you so much, D, for the super chat. D says, I would get it if Pablo was abusive, but it's giving very much she wants you, pre-murderer, true crime tease. No, for real. Like, this is just all around disrespectful. And then bringing up your mom's autoimmune disease, like, come on, bro. That's off. D also said, I had a friend like that, and she later came out and said I made her realize she was bi. Maybe. I don't know. That's another thing I had to talk with my therapist about, is I've noticed a lot of people like to be like, oh, you can't make friends with girls because you got mommy issues or some shit. A lot of y'all girls don't realize y'all gay. That's what's really going on, because a lot of these people that have been trying to be my friend, I've noticed they want relationship level commitment from me. And I'm like, girl, I like women like that. And I'm in a monogamous relationship. Like, I'm not about to pick you up from work every day, drop you off lunch, take you shopping. Like, what? Like, so I feel like that'll be a nice little think piece. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that. I feel like the whole you can't make girlfriends, y'all got mommy issues, is an umbrella for a lot of y'all girls be low-key looking for girlfriends. And y'all hate men low-key. Look, dudes annoy me too, but I'm not one of them ignorant girls that be like, I hate men, and then go hop on an eggplant. Like, I'm not her. But that's what's happening right now. A lot of y'all really just want a girlfriend, and y'all are mad. Like, that's really that's the tease I be getting. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if y'all ever had an experience like that. But from my experience being friends, I be having people wanting to pop up and be like, let's go on this, like, I don't know. It just be like real romantic-esque shit. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know. But y'all talk about that in the comments. I would like to have like an active conversation about that in the comments. But back to this text message. So, old girl was like, look, I do love Pablo, okay? I do love him, and why don't you see it as a forever kind of thing? Like, who would you see me with then? Now, look, I don't agree. Minnie is psycho. Minnie is crazy. Minnie is psycho, right? But I think the reason why Minnie is making this assumption is because it's your high school sweetheart. So, usually they don't last. But like a few people in the chat, you see, sometimes it does. So that's probably why she's making that assumption. So I know you talked about seeing me with only women, but as of right now, I am deeply in love with Pablo, and unless he hurts me, I'm not leaving, girl. And also, any of my queer, pan, bi people out there, if you're hanging out with people that are constantly trying to invalidate your sexuality, telling you who you should be with, and, oh, you should do this, and you should... Stop. Don't hang out with them. They're projecting. Like, chill. Don't do it. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Minnie talking about he is too conservative and generic. Says the girl that hangs out with the freaking feminazi. Like, what? He is too conservative and generic. I mean, he's just not it. He could be a for now type thing, but I just don't see him being your forever person. I know I mentioned the whole women thing or whatever, but it's not even that. Pablo is just basic as fuck, and you really could do better. I've been like, what's better, Minnie? You? What's better? And he's ugly with a Hitler mustache. What is up with you having Hitler in your back pocket, girl? Like, what? You really came for Pablo. Ugly to you or not, I truly don't care, period. Like, why do you think that my relationship is based off of what you got going on? So weird. So weird. If I really cared for looks, I'd be single because there aren't many attractive and good people on this campus. Okay, now look, this is why I said that usually high school relationships don't last, because you even admitted yourself, your scope of a potential mate is just on this campus. There are so many other people in the world, but there will be a person or some people that you meet in your life that are going to make you feel like those billions of people don't matter. Like, this is your person, you know? And like, if you feel that way about somebody, so what? But not judging your relationship or anybody else's relationship, but if the only reason you're with somebody is because they're the most attractive on campus for you, might want to like think into that a little bit. But damn, I do agree with Chocolatita. Chocolatita. I do agree with you. Poor Pablo. Pablo was just getting dogged out inadvertently. Like, poor Pablo. Talking about he ain't that cute, but he's cute for where we at, damn it. Like, damn, girl, you should have been like, cute to you or not. He is fine to me. Like, he is gorgeous to me, damn it. Like, poor Pablo. Oh my gosh. Talking about, and while he is more conservative, when I met him, I told you that he's letting me educate him and he's changing. Things are much more different now than they were for the 3 times that he stayed in the dorm room and would talk. So what did he say? Talking about he's too conservative when Minnie invited this girl talking about twerking and braiding hair. Like, I'm so confused on what her definition of a conservative mindset is. I feel like a lot of people in like my brother's generation be confusing being conservative with being a Republican. Like, you could have conservative values and not vote Republican. You get what I'm saying? Like, the same way how old girl was being microaggressive as fuck and was low-key being like microaggressive, like, you could be, I don't know. This is really weird. It's just really weird to me. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I want to know, what did he say in the room? And like, why are you constantly educating him? Like, on what? And I did scroll down here and I do see that Pablo is not Afro-Latino. Pablo is Spanish. Well, just Latino. And yeah, I wonder what you had to keep educating him about. I mean, that's y'all table talk, I guess, but I'm not gonna lie, you got a little history of having these questionable people around you. But hey, at least Pablo's been there the longest, I guess. But I've helped him see the other side, and he's grown so much. It's sad that you can't see that. I've mentioned it multiple times. I'm sorry, but I'm done entertaining this. I just need a minute. I'm not mad. Hold on, where's the other one? I'm not mad. I'm just kind of disappointed. Like, what happened to supporting your friends? And if they're happy, you're happy for them. It's like Pablo beats me like whoever this dude did. So I guess you had a past relationship where somebody was really a problem and she's trying to compare it to them. Shout out to D for the donation again. Thank you so much. She says, shouldn't be with someone that you feel you need to change. That's why I feel like I don't want to be that guy to constantly just be like, high school relationships ain't it. But that 18 to 21 gap are some really formative years. And if he can't make that by himself and he's like leaning on you for that, that's a little bit questionable. I don't know. Shout out to Blue. Thank you so much for the donation, Blue. Blue says, I wouldn't have given her the chance to explain why she doesn't think I should be with him. Exactly. I would have just blocked her after the drunk rant. Because it is not her place and it is not her relationship. Period. Like, why are we even doing this? I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree. Oh, like I said, look, see, and this is why, exactly, Blue. This is exactly why we just block and go on, because then you giving her the ammunition. Like I said, girl, bye. You can leave. Like I said, I was drunk and doing all sorts of BS. I really do consider you a best friend, and I'm sorry for being an a-hole. It's just my dumb behind thinking what's best for you kind of thing, but I still don't see him as your forever person. He is just dingy, in my opinion, but love who you love, and I want you to be happy. I know that that's even more of an insult to a pan person, because your whole sexuality is like based off of the person, not what they look like, what, you know, like, it's based off of who they are. And for you to be like, oh, well, he's just dingy, sis. It's kind of like, I'm really not trying to sound like a snowflake using the word invalidate so many times in this stream, but it's like, girl, no. I've had an old friend that did not agree with my ex and how he broke it down. He's also a Gemini, and how he broke it down was he never mentioned the ex. Like, he never said anything negative about bruh, right? And then finally, when I was serious and I let dude go and it was over with, my friend casually was like, hey, are you still with so-and-so? And when I said no, that's when they told me how they really felt. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because we weren't like best friends, but that's when, just out of politeness, like, you let people go through their own shit. Like, you don't, like, and then you always got to check the messenger too. Like, Minnie, you're a hot mess. Like, you're a hot mess. This is not your place or what you should have did. Like, what the hell? So, old girl was just like, okay, like, I'm not about to play with you. And she said, I hope you're not mad. I'm sorry. And you're like, I'm not. I'm sorry for being a dick. I shouldn't project my problems on everyone else. Yeah, you shouldn't. Like, at all. And I guess that was all she sent me. That's crazy. Like, so, back to the story. She says, for reference, oh Lord, y'all. This is one of those stories where it's like, I have my own personal opinion of what I think is really going on, but I don't want to project, as Minnie said. But y'all know my opinion. I'm sure if you guys collectively, you watch my stream, you know my collective opinion on this situation. Like, you know how I feel about high school sweetheart relationships. You know how I feel about no boundaries, having ass, pushy, trying to be lesbian, experimental ass best friends. And you know how I feel about army military men. Child. Pedro in the military, girl. My boyfriend is in the army and was going to school to get his degree. He is not a bum at all and actually works long hours doing security work for an extra check along with what the military gives him, and we are the same age. It also makes sense to me now why you are serious about sticking with him, because you've obviously put a lot into this relationship being with someone who is in the military from teenage years. I could see why you wouldn't want to give it up for more reasons than one. But again, I'm going to hold my tongue on my actual opinion on that, because this is not about your relationship. This is about your crazy ass roommate. So she said that he is stank. She said Pedro stank. She said, Minnie says Pedro stank. But that's because he only came over those 3 times after work or after going to the gym and going to his dorm to take a quick shower, since he couldn't shower in our dorms. They're for girls only. I guess, child. But it's like, you're naked. Like, it's so much going in here. This is why I'm so glad I don't live with nobody other than my significant other, because it's just so much. I can see both sides on different things. Because it's like, you're in an enclosed space with 2 beds. Why are you naked? We're in an enclosed space with 2 beds. Why you got your stank quarterback smelling ass boyfriend in here? Like, ugh, like, damn. Minnie's still crazy, though. I don't care. Minnie's still crazy. So she said a lot of petty stuff. To wrap this up, I cut this friendship off, and she keeps trying to reach out to me. So I blocked her on Snap and only unblocked her to get these screenshots. I don't want any bad blood or enemies in my life, and I did reach out on Instagram and told her, hey, look, let's be cordial, even though I know I did nothing wrong. Also, to clear up a part in the messages, I asked her, what is this really about? Because one of her friends expressed that she might have feelings for me. Shocker. Freaking shocker. Shout out to JC in the chat. Thank you so much for the donation. They said, I just joined the live. You look so pretty and I'm stoked to have good content to watch. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It just started storming like crazy. So if y'all hear that, that's what's going on. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. So another part to bring up is that she mentions that my boyfriend is conservative. My boyfriend is Latino and his family is from Mexico and he was raised a very traditional way. And that's what I meant earlier about there being a difference between like a Republican or being far right or being right wing and being conservative. You could be a Democrat, you could be a liberal and still have conservative values, i.e. Like maybe you're Muslim, maybe you don't show your hair, your arms, like you have conservative values. It could be religious. And she said that her boyfriend was raised religious, and in a machismo-esque lifestyle. Don't know what that is. But I took the time to educate him and broaden his horizons, and now he considers himself more liberal, and I've seen that through the changes in his actions and mannerisms over time. So, again, you could be politically one thing and live a different way. Like, for example, politically, I go one way, but I stay strapped. Like, I'm not playing no games. Like, my family is so anti-pew-pews because they are left AF. But I personally still have conservative values. Like, for example, I don't got no kids, I'm not married, like I do little stuff like that. Like, that's my personal choice, you know. So yeah, I knew automatically what you meant by that. But don't get me wrong, just because somebody is Latino does not mean that they can't be far right. We've seen it happen through 2020. We've seen them people get finessed with the Goya, all that shit. Like, we've seen it happen. But y'all are like, what is that? You said machismo lifestyle is basically like the macho super masculine. So, okay, the traditional, the boys run the house, all the sisters do everything for the boys, the mama does everything for the boy, like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get that. Yeah, very traditional man head of household. Okay, I understand. Okay, so yeah, I get it. She said, thanks for listening. Possibly I have one more roommate story in the works because I can never catch a break. But yeah, here's some pictures of me and my boyfriend. For one, you are drop dead gorgeous, like super gorgeous. Could definitely tell why these hoes is hating, why they're being crazy. You are so pretty. And I see this picture of you and your man with his little military, his little army get up. Yeah, girl, I mean, if that's what you want to do, secure that bag. I mean, you could do all the traveling you want. I don't know if y'all talked about that or what. Like, I mean, obviously you're dating for love, but I'm just saying, like, girl, if this is what you want to do, secure the bag. Secure the bag. Secure the bag. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being messy. I'm about to put the chat on the screen. That was a long story. See, I told y'all these long ones take a long time. So that's why I usually save them for later, because they take a lot of time. But yeah, y'all, look. You said you wish you could see some of the good looking tribe members. Look, y'all are very attractive people. We are a very attractive bunch for sure. But is he ugly? He's a very like basic looking dude. Like, he's very basic looking. I feel like Minnie probably wanted her to go out with like a freaking tarot card, maybe bleached hair with like hearts in it or some bullshit. Like, I think that's what she wanted. But low-key, I feel like I'm not about to do this. Because I guess that's low-key a little bit of table talk, like bi table talk. Yeah, I'ma chill. All I'm gonna say is some people do like feminine men, but some people be low-key trying to like pass off, be like, girl, you need to date a bitch, because he looks very like, he looks like an average dude. He's not ugly. He's just an average guy. Like, he's just decent looking. Like, Minnie was definitely doing the most. But what do y'all think? Have y'all ever had a friendship like that or a relationship like that, or they pretty much was just trying to go overboard and do this, let me know in the comments below. Have you ever been in a situation where you've had to like double down and settle going to a PWI with these type of situations? I would like to hear about that also. And I would also like to hear from anybody who are still with their high school sweetheart on some military stuff. What advice would you give to her just so she could secure some like rights? Like, at least if something happened to him, you good. Like, relationships are a lot. They're a lot. And you're really young and you're already doing something pretty long term. You need to get something out of this, child. Like, because, shoot, you shouldn't have to pay for your school either. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know. But let them know in the comments below, because I'm just saying. Just saying. So I did not expect that story to be that freaking long, but I'm gonna get into this one. This one is really, really short. Can you guys hear me? Let me see. Is my mic on? Okay, bet. This one is called Love After Lockup Submission. They said, hey Nadja, I've written in before, but I was just not ready to share my story. This drama is a bit sad, but I'm wondering if I should write about it, as it's really happened to me. But all the names have been changed to protect the innocent and the guilty. In 2016, my aunt's widower called up and threatened to take our house if we did not pay him 10 grand. So your auntie married a dude, and that was her roomie, and she passed, and now he's threatening to take the house that you live in if you don't pay him $10,000. 3 years later, and guess what? He sorta won. So I grew up with my mom, my aunt, and my dad. My dad and mom never married, and when I was 17, neither did my aunt until this dude named Larry came around. Well, actually, he never came anywhere for the first 2 years. Why do you ask? Because the dude was locked up. He had the worst type of roomies, the orange jumpsuit roomies, girl. So my uncle, who was working for the state, oh my God, that's the excuse they said. They said that man was working for the damn state, child. He was up the hill at the state. But he gave my Aunt Jasmine's number to this fool, Larry, and they connected. Honestly, at this point, I had never seen my aunt happier, so I wasn't too mad yet. Skip forward to 2011, the year I graduated high school. My aunt reveals that coming this May, this dude is coming home to live with us. Tribe, you can only guess how my dad felt about this, and my mom. So you're about to have a third party. Why are you and your mom and your dad living with her, or is she living with y'all? Because why? Don't know. Tell me why this man was locked up for manslaughter. So I would have been like, Auntie, in my Jody voice, you got a whole killer in the house. Like, what is this? Why are we gotta live like this? Oh my God. So fighting ensued at this point, and my dad just moved out because it was just not it. So then I graduate, they get married, and bro moves in. Oh my God, that is crazy. Oh snap, shout out to LaTetra. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. They said happy Wednesday from your imaginary big sis. Keep being great. Also, like the live, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Y'all showing out today. Thanks so much. Damn, I feel bad. Oh my goodness, I feel bad. I only got one story down now. Oh my goodness, thank y'all so much. Y'all really be making me feel happy. I don't know how to properly express myself sometimes. I'll be too happy. I don't know how to get back into the story. Hold on. So, oh wow, it just got really sad. It just got really sad. 41 days after They let this man into that house. The dad moved out, you know. The aunt is found unresponsive in the bedroom after Larry wakes the mom, her and the mom up. Bruh. The auntie literally just passed in her sleep. So he didn't do anything to her. She just passed. That's sad. Honestly, in hindsight, I would have never thought in a million years what would have happened next. September, I go off to undergrad 3 hours away. October, Larry finally decides to move out and leave my mom's house. This helped my anxiety. Damn, so your mom was just living in there with that man for months. Oh, wow. December, we have a Christmas party and Larry shows up with a female at our family function. Nobody talks to or hears from him again. What in the audacity? The last time I saw you, auntie, was... Wow. Cut to fall 2016. I'm done with my undergrad, and I moved back home with my mom to attend grad school, and that's when we get the call. Talking about something, I'm going to need 10,000 grand or y'all got to go. My mom and I were like, this dude got the audacity to try us like that. Try, what would you have done? Mind you, this dude wasn't working or contributing anything to the household for the time he was there. So we ignore it. We think there's no way he has any legal rights to the house, right? Wrong. According to property law, because my aunt died your mom died intestate, like without a will. Without a will, our house, the one my mom put the down payment on in 1993, was considered community property, and he was entitled to half. The other half split amongst her living brothers and sisters, of which were 10. Not to mention the heirs. Y'all, I cannot make this up. So yo mama has 10-year-olds younger siblings, like they have child siblings. We always wonder why it took him so long to come after us if this was planned. I should have switched to pre-law after all the stuff I've learned about probate. To end this long narrative, we ended up suing him but still had to pay him. And yes, it was more than what he asked for, but we kept the house. That's all that matters. Lesson for the tribe. Write a will. Write a will. If you buy property with somebody and you refinance it, be sure it's afterwards you put the home back in both of your names, or do what is called a joint tenancy, because that way if anyone dies, the home will be secured. Love, a fellow moody gem. That is so wild that the court systems were not even on your side to see that this dude is a whole joke. Like, they should be able to see that he was just in prison. Like, they should be able to see that they were not married long. Like, and the fact that he got something out of it is really telling. I do agree with old girl. Like, if you got kids, make a will. Get some life insurance. Do something, because there are scammers out there. This man scammed that lady, and I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, and I really hope y'all aren't either trying to say that that man hurt that lady. Like, if he did, he would be prime suspect number one. He already has charges for manslaughter. That would not be a really hard case to crack. I do believe she just passed of natural causes, but why would you come to the family function with a new boo? Like, the law definitely did fail us. I am so sorry to the person that wrote that in, but I am glad that you at least got to keep your family home. That's all that's important. You got this random dustball jail rat coming in here trying to take, like, that's a mess. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a situation like that before, where somebody passed and they tried to take their house from under you, or like if you had like a fighting situation over property. Let me know in the comments below. Whew, that is crazy. Like, Alyssa says, that seems like a setup. Like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. System definitely failed big time. But this next story, I'm actually not going to read it because I feel like it might be a little too triggering for some people. But I do want to just speak on it real quick. And it's called My Mom's Boyfriend is a Pedo, basically. Just point blank, period. And the mom is aware, right? This person has a restraining order on this man because this man would do weird things like go through her phone and send pictures of her to his phone, like creepy stuff. This person is of age, mind you, but they're 19. But it doesn't matter because if you do something, there's a statute time limit, you could still charge them, and she is going forth with the process. She has court next year, well, upcoming this year. And her mother is still with this man. And what she wants to know is, what would you guys do in my situation? Do I cut my mom off and not talk to her anymore? It's been 3 years and it's so hard to keep being around her like nothing is wrong. Anyway, what do y'all think? This man even put like a camera in her room. Like, she said she went from seeing her mom every day to maybe once a week because it just causes her too much anxiety. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. My advice to you would just be, you need to cut that off. Because you even said there that your mom chose him over you. And that's pretty much what's going on. Your mom chose a man over her kid. And I'm so sorry, but that's just the blunt, honest truth of what's going on. It's so sad, but I don't blame you for wanting to cut him off because, like, cut her off because even when you do come of age and you have a child, you can't trust your mom around that child because your mom would let anybody, her child around a pedo. Like, so, yeah, I'm really sorry that you went through that. I'm glad that you're pursuing it legally. And anybody out there watching, like, I wholeheartedly advise you to speak up and tell somebody there are laws in place to protect you. Even if you're not a minor anymore, you're 18, 19, get that ball rolling. A lot of states will have a time period. I think Florida is one of them now where you can sue, you can take somebody to court, you can make someone a offender. Even if they did it years ago, you can get them cased up. So yeah, do not feel bad if you have to cut your family off or stuff like that because that's a safety hazard. That is a safety hazard. But here is the last story, y'all. And this is the one that is in the thumbnail that y'all could see with the Molotov cocktail. Somebody done sent this girl kitchen on fire. Like, I don't know if y'all know what a Molotov cocktail is. I couldn't put a picture of it on the thumbnail because I'm not trying to get this stream taken down. It's probably already going to be in the yellow. But it's basically like a little firebomb. Somebody threw a firebomb in this girl's kitchen. Someone just threw a fireball in this girl's kitchen. So, hey Nadja, I am 22 now, but this happened when I was 19. And here is a weird story. So I am bi, and at the time I was dating this girl named Zamina. She let me use her real name, so hi Zamina. Y'all, I was supposed to go out today. Like, the sun is shining, bitch, and it's like storming like this. So we're still dating today. This was from the days when we'd been dating for only around 6 months. So this chick we'll call Princess because she acted like she was royalty, had a major vendetta against me and Zamina, and because me and Zamina was and is my girlfriend and had liked me all throughout high school, vice versa. Princess had been obsessed with my girl up until college, and it was because Princess was that closeted popular girl, except it wasn't wholesome like in the movies. Yeah, it's not like in Glee. Like, no, the bitch was a psychopath. So we had beef in high school for that reason, but it was nothing major. Shit hit the fan when Zamina or Zamena, it's either Zamina or Zamena, I'm sorry. All of our friends call us the it lesbian couple. That really pisses Princess off. Every day, she would spend about 20 minutes screaming at me about how I was a dumb mulatto. This is like the second try tea in like this month where I was like, damn, good thing Big Lotto got the damn picture, because there ain't no reclaiming this. Like, people still use it as a slur in the South. Like, yeah, that girl out of pocket. She would have had to give plop, 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 plop right in the fucking throat. So she called me the R word. Oh, wow. Because I have ADHD and dyslexia. Oh, dyscalculia. I never heard of that, girl. Shoot, I might be dyslexic now. Honestly, all I could do was just block her, which really didn't do anything because she would just make new accounts. I knew the police weren't going to do stuff until she did something to hurt me, because she's a rich white girl and I'm just the next black girl or half black girl with a single mom in the South. One day she texted me that she knew my address. See, now that's a threat. That's when you send it. That's that stuff you document. I was getting used to all the other stuff and learned to just ignore it, but it was kind of hard to ignore when she got my address, where I sleep, where I'm vulnerable. I told Ximena about it, and she tried talking sense into Princess, telling her not to do anything stupid. Well, one night I was sleeping in my bed, and all of a sudden, the fire alarm goes off. Keep in mind, I'm home alone. Another thing to keep in mind is how this is an old and good bit of the stuff in my house that isn't really movable furniture. It's all wood. I ran out the living room because that's where the front door is, and I looked over to the kitchen area. Most of the cabinets were on fire, and I saw a Molotov cocktail on the floor. I was like, who threw this in my house? Who had the time to make this? Then my mind went to Princess. I ran out the house, and luckily I had my phone on me, and I called the fire department. I would have sent them all those threats. I would have sent them everything. I would have, oh my God, bro. I would have been the biggest Karen. At first, we didn't know who did it, but then this girl told me that Princess was bragging like a dummy about how she threw it in my house, and she sent me all the screenshots. Child. I had to turn the screenshots over to the police, and Princess ended up getting charged with third degree arson. Low-key a felony. I think some other stuff for unrelated reasons too, like possession of the nose sugar and stuff. And how about attempted murder? Right, who said that? Lala, thank you. She definitely tried to kill you. How about attempted murder? Like, what? Right, y'all just talking about what? Yeah, I'm snitching. I don't care. I'm snitching. She ended up, whoa, I was not expecting this. Whoa. She ended up getting 7 years in prison. Well, you about to get all the girlfriends now, baby. You about to have all the girlfriends. You about to be the it lesbian couple in the courtyard. Oh my gosh. Most of those years were added on because of the possession, I figured. It also ended up costing a lot of money to fix the kitchen because we needed to remodel it because the fire indirectly damaged other stuff that was just old. So yeah, that's my crazy story. Also, I tried to see if there was a news article for what Princess did, but I couldn't find it. Gonna go conspiracy theorist, but I'm assuming her dad paid people. Yeah, she probably got it wiped off. Sorry if this was too long. Love you, Nadja. Thanks for reading. Thanks for sending me that in. That was crazy. I am so glad you're okay. I get it. They're rich. They're powerful. So I see why a lot of people, including me, are really confused why she didn't get attempted murder. I'm surprised she didn't just get like probation and house arrest, but she just did too many felonies at once. Arson is a biggie. A lot of people think that arson's petty. Arson's a biggie. But yeah, I understand why you didn't try to like get the full extent of like attempted murder and stuff. It's the resources, bro. I definitely get it. But I'm glad that she was in jail. She deserves to be in jail. That is some crazy behavior. That is some psycho stuff. Just because you want to be perceived by a group of people one way, you go full psycho? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I am. That's all I got for today, y'all. Thank y'all so much for kicking it with me. Again, if you guys want your stories on this segment, all you have to do is email me. In this email, tribetea@shopvoodoochild.com. Okay, do not forget to go to my website. I do have a deal right now on jewelry. I'm trying to get all this jewelry out of here before Halloween, because I am going to be having some Halloween sales, Halloween merch, Halloween gift boxes, all that type of stuff. So I'm trying to make some room. So if y'all want to get all the summer stuff off there, also, if you are a Virgo, leave it in the comment below. Shout out to all the Virgos. And if you have a spooky story, again, if you have a spooky story from now to October 1st, 2021, please email it to me. I will be skipping you ahead in October and reading those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys to everybody that sent in a story, and thank you to everyone in the live chat right now. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.